Hello, beloved, and welcome to your message from God, all right? Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to the Prophetic Vessel Show. All right, this will be a message from God, expensive love, all right? Let us tap in. Why were you spiritually led here, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? What is here for you, all right? Let's tap in. If you'd like to book me for my services, I do offer dream interpretations, love readings, spiritual path readings, as well as messages from God. I'd also like to kindly inform you that my one-on-one sessions are closed, but I will be reopening those in 4 months if you're keen on booking me for that as well. Let's tap in further. Let's talk to God. God, please talk to us. What's this here? So I've been holding on to these energies for quite a bit, unintendedly, so there is a message here. So I broke the deck on the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Followed by the Seven of Swords reversed and the Judgment. So as I am laying the spread, my throat chakra feels like it's being tampered with. As if somebody wants to have a serious conversation with you. But in ultimate discretion, in ultimate secrecy, in ultimate unknowing. No one, it's no one. All right. I feel that this conversation, this is a very controlling man. That's the energy of who we tapped into here. A controlling man. A controller, a dictator. They have dictatorship qualities to them, to say, you know. This is like a ambassador, a leader, someone who you could even see politician qualities within them. Maybe the quality of being able to speak well. They eloquently speak. They're so fluent. They know a lot. They're that type of energy. And with that being said, I digress, Ashe. So the reason this energy is showing up, because I feel like someone's back again. This is a back again energy. A masculine that came into your life, ran away, or hid themselves away. And then I feel like now they've returned, but they're still hidden. Somehow, somewhat, some sort of way, right? So God is saying, this serious conversation that this man wants to have with you, my beloved, it stems from how they feel, all right? It stems from within. It's coming from a place of internalized emotions, unexpressed thoughts. They feel like they need to release themselves or rid themselves of, rather, how all of these thoughts and emotions, how they feel for you, all right? Ashe. All right, so there is a level of discretion that needs to be had within the context of you and this individual. There's a level of structure, composure, that like sort of like there's a plan that they want to propose on how to go about everything. All right, let's tap in further to this energy. So as I'm tapped in, I see that this is someone that feels like God is saying they feel like they have the power. They have some position, some authority, some lifestyle, some way of being that can strengthen, improve, even sort of changing your life in a way. So we have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. These are big major arcanas in tarot. These are symbolic to, the emulating expansiveness of situations, emotions, feelings, and thoughts within this regard. It's sort of like, I feel that this is someone who has been holding on to how they feel dearly, for their dear life. Not expressing a word, not even to themselves at times, towards you, beloved. And when someone is in that state of being for a long time and it's genuine and it's real to them, no matter how the next person might feel about them, it starts to impact that person. It's like having a crush. An example, an analogy would be, use that as a case study, a reference point, a crush. When you have a crush on somebody, picture a high school scholar, right? Having a crush on this popular guy and wanting to impress him. Or, a high school scholar being the switch the gender roles, if need be. But this is based on the uncontrollable nature. You can't help how you feel. It's almost like you fight it and then you need to let it out, right? You can picture in most high school film, movies, the context, the narrative more so stems from love or having this undying love, or like, oh my God, who's this? It's like uncontrollable. You kind of, it's in depth as well, right? So God is saying, picture this masculine energy in that state of being. They can't help how they feel about you. It's that serious. Hence, they need to let it out. There's the judgment on the table. All right, the card of repenting, the card of cleansing, the card of allowing yourself to surrender. All right. So clearly, this has been held or withheld from you for a long time. So someone basically, they want to kind of come clean. Alright, the energies on the table are Cancer and Capricorn. We have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy as well. We have Scorpio. We have Virgo, and we have Sagittarius energy. So those are the energies on the table for this message for you, beloved. All right. So let's proceed. I feel that expensive love, that the title, God is saying, the title is symbolic. Because this is a wealthy man. This is someone who's successful, someone that is well off, someone that can do a lot for themselves or everything for themselves. All right, they good. They don't need much or anything really, but they're like an adrenaline junkie for other things, though. You know, other things of life. They have their ways. They have their things that they like. You know, so God is saying back to you, you are one of the things that they like. Right. So God is saying, be careful what you wish for type energy. Because this is someone that I feel sees clearly who they, it's like they see you the way they see you. There's a perception they see you as, and it's very structured, it's very rigid. So anything structured and rigid is like tape triangulation, you know, the physics of it, where, you know, something is constantly growing in its structure. I feel that the emotions of this masculine grow in that form for you, beloved. They're very rigid. It's like you can't stop them from feeling the way they feel. It's constant, it's continuous. It's like a cycle, God is saying, all right? So now with all that being said, the reason this is like big news, so to speak, this is within how they feel about you. It's because they feel like they don't feel like this for no one, or they don't have these emotions for people like that, you know? So it's like you do something different to them, right? It's like they can't even walk away or look a different way, you know, or a different direction. Back to the fact that how they feel about you is rigid, all right? You can't change it. You can't do anything. So back to the fact that the conversation needs to be had. Let's clear the energy. Round 2, all right? Round 2 here for expensive love. Interesting energy we got going on here. Yeah. Interesting energy. Indeed. Let's go. This masculine is very peculiar, okay? They're a strange man. I wouldn't say they're troubled or anything like that, but they're very peculiar, alright? Let's go again, round 2. Let's see what this spirit, this energy has in store for us, alright? This energy, this spirit of a masculine, you know, as I'm channeling the message, the energy is emulating, you know, my office. I feel like they're very, I feel like this masculine, they have a lot to say. They have a lot to speak out. They have a lot they want to rid themselves of. Because they've been intaking a lot when it comes to you. They've been feeding a lot. So So we do have Cancer energy twice. We have the moon, we have the Ace of Cups once more. We have an ace once more. Very symbolic. We have three aces that came out. And in the card of in the game of tarot, 78 cards in a deck. There's 4 aces. So 3 already came out because we have the Ace of Cups here, and ace is symbolic to the best, like high class, sort of an elevated way of being, living, thinking, or an elevated way of being in general. It's kind of like living on air, So God is saying that with this moon, this Ace of Cups, the moon rules over our emotions. The moon rules over all emotions, all types, any type, any emotion, all right? And the Ace of Cups is the emotion of love, all right? It's symbolic to love, the card of love. And then we have the World, the card of entering a cycle. In this instance, it's symbolic to a cycle of a relationship. This person wants to have a conversation about that. So this man here wants to propose a way. They want to propose a structure. They have a plan. They're a methodical beast of a man. I feel it. Their spirit is very strong. They are a controlling man, but I feel like it's because of their lifestyle. They live a life of authority. They're in a position of power. They know a lot. They do a lot in their life. All right. So back to the discretion. All right. They need complete privacy or assurance of that. So God is saying clearly that this is symbolic that even being in a relationship with this masculine energy, this would need you to be a very submissive type of woman. It's clear, right? So God is saying, take that how it resonates for your reality. Simply ask yourself, are you the type of person to play that role? Can you? Do you want to? Are you of that? Let's go another round here. Round 3. I'm being pulled to clear the energy. So that was interesting as well. A very peculiar man. Strange. Alright. Strange. Let's go again. Let's tap in further. This man, they don't take orders. They don't take requests. They're the type of man that has requirements. They have laws. They have rules. So they're the type of man that when they speak, they expect you to obey, listen, and not question it. Whatever they say, whatever they tell you to do, or even however way they tone, comes off. So we have the card of quality time with the 7 of Pentacles here, but it's reversed. So it's in its detriment. So it's in the position of what the problem is in this masculine's life at this time in relation to the connection itself. We have the King of Wands, the card of dictatorship, taking powerful action, making powerful moves, So, followed by the Knight of Wands reversed. The card of being flaky, unevolved, very problematic and promiscuous as well, a cheater energy. So God is saying that this is the type of breed of a masculine that wants to evolve from being this flaky Knight of Wands energy, you know. They want to evolve from being in this boyish era, so to speak. And then, you know, because we have the Knight of Wands and then we have the King of Wands. This is an evolution of a man here, a very successful man, authoritative man, and very charming as well. All right. God is saying they're used to, therefore, because they want to evolve from the Knight of Wands energy. The Knight of Wands energy is the card of being, still being charming, still being, you know, authoritative, being, you know, the emperor, but lacking direction, having no moral compass or virtue within that regard. So, you know, so furthermore, looking at the state of being of things, this masculine here, they know exactly what they want for themselves. You know, they're the type of masculine that spends a lot of time internally. They live within, they go within, they indulge within, they express within. So in reality, they might come off very stoic, very poised, very neat, almost a neurotic with it, abnormally neat, you know. So God is saying I should tap in further to this energy of a masculine, see what else comes out for expensive love. Right? What's this message about? Oh, as I said that, God is saying I should, you know, this will answer my question, the Hierophant. And God is saying I should digress. So this Hierophant energy is symbolic to commitment. But God is saying I should turn it reversed, alright? Hierophant is any position of being like the anchor, the breadwinner, the top dollar of shit, you know, being the boss. So when it's reversed, it's like, yeah, you're the boss, but you lack direction, or you are a tyrant, an oppressor, oppressive, all right, with your power. Because the Hierophant is a very powerful ass person, someone you cannot fuck with. It's almost cynical how unfazed and unbothered you are with this masculine, though, they feel. Because even with all that, I feel that there is a void within this masculine. They feel like that might not be enough to impress you, please you, or even make you smile. Because I feel like this is a masculine that deems you to be a woman of stature, a woman of poise yourself, or a woman of dignity, rather, right? So with that being said, beloved, God is saying this message, quote unquote, expensive love, take the expensive as a very symbolic truth of who you are dealing with here. These are the type of motherfuckers that cross your path every once in a lifetime. Like, you know, it's like there's that type of authority to them, that type of wealth or stature, you know, we did establish that earlier. All right, let's tap in further. So I was called to take the world card out and nothing more. So the world, as we have established, is symbolic to, a new beginning, a new cycle, or in this instance, a new relationship. God is saying it can be new or old. However, in this instance, it's new. The world energy can be new or old, right? But the world is reality, all right? The world is the energy of your universe, your paradigm, what type of life you live, who you are in that universe, in that world of yours, right? So, with that being said, simply put, this is a man that wants to come in and sort of change your life by showing you a better way. Look what we have here. I was called to pull on this deck of cards and look what came out. We have the world again, followed by the ace of cups, the ace of cups, all right? So we did establish that the ace of cups is the energy of love. I'm being called to put it on top of the Hierophant, the energy of commitment in this message, in this instance, and the energy of being a powerful person in an authoritative figure, all right? The world again, as we established the world, it came out twice. So this is telling me two things, that the first narrative could be, this could be a lover of yours from the past that returned at the wrong time. Either you are trying to heal from them, you are unhealed, therefore they can tug at you, they can bring you back, they can take you there with it. And then the second narrative that this is like a stranger that has fallen in love with your identity and just wants you. All right? So God is saying there's no third narrative. Those two narratives are the only narratives. So if those don't resonate, don't continue watching this message. All right? Because that will be you false leading yourself into an illusion. I did state the truth, so move on. All right? So here we have the world energy coming out twice. I feel like this masculine energy has files, they have information, they have ways. Alright? They have ways to get what they want. Therefore, there's certain things, information. An example would be an address. But with that being said, do not be alarmed, God is saying, because this masculine would never lay a hand on you the wrong way, in the way that you think, all right? Even if you didn't think it, they wouldn't be on that. They're not that type of person when it comes to you. How they feel for you, they wouldn't even dare do that. So it's not that type of motherfucker. They have different requirements. They know exactly what they're doing, exactly what they want from this, exactly what they want from you. And they're just moving accordingly in their mind. So do not be alarmed. Back to that. So God is saying there is a mood board What is a mood board? I'm seeing a mood board, but I want you to establish that in your mind before we proceed further. What is a mood board? Alright? This masculine has one, special one. One which entails specificity of exactly what they want to accomplish within the connection they want to have with you. They know exactly what they want from this. This is someone who lives for that sort of precision. You can never catch them lacking in any sort of way. All right? So they're watching you with a keen eye. They're watching you with unexpressed emotions. Back to the fact that they want to have a relationship with you. A secret conversation needs to be had, therefore. Because back to the fact that this is not just anybody. As much as they have their ways, they have also their image, their stature to maintain. They can't always be in this playboy energy. They gotta play a different role. They are an authoritative figure. We've established that. So with that being said, God is saying, be cautious, be mindful how you move about this, because this could definitely be of quality, of value to you, if you look at it like that, right? However, it could also not if you are tied down elsewhere, right? Or you don't seek that for yourself. However, God is saying, you know how you feel. But here I feel that there is a true, genuine love offer, right? Coming from someone here. So God is saying, going back to the narratives, whether this is someone returning from your past or a new love, it's genuine. All right? It's coming from a genuine place. It stems from a genuine heart. All right? We have the Ace of Cups on top of the Hierophant. The Hierophant is symbolic to this individual's energy, the authoritative figure. So that we did establish also that the Ace of Cups is I did say that it's the energy of love, the card of love, So take that how it applies. It's clear here that someone is head over heels for you, beloved. They have unexpressed emotions and truest form type shit, alright? So God is saying that moving forward, don't take them for granted. Don't be on that, don't be inauthentic, right? In how you present yourself. Don't change who you are for no one, And, you might never know, that might be the very thing they're testing you with. Are you going to break character? Because, yeah. This is that type of man, alright? This is that type of motherfucker. That's how they think. So entering their space, it's like time and observation, and you are under a lot of watchful thinking, keen eyes, all in their brain. Like, that person, that type of motherfucker. So be mindful how you move, but make sure you're always coming from an authentic, good place as well. Don't be on anything else, alright? Don't do that. Don't be an inauthentic person. That shit will backfire on you. And it's never worth it, You'll lose out on things that are genuine in life because you are inauthentic. You'll never know who's watching, therefore, So seeing though that God is saying, when I said don't take their love offer for granted, I meant that it's because it's quality. Back to the fact that this is a man that wants to evolve themselves. Clearly, beloved, you are a target. You are the one they see deemed to bring that out of them. If you know what I mean, you know. This is a man that doesn't want to remain unevolved. They don't want to remain unhealed in unhealed nature in any way. They want better. They honestly seeking that. So God is saying, however way you choose to navigate with this, it's gonna turn out the way it's meant to in your reality. And that narrative will vary for all, right? However, the common denominator within that energy is the fact that this is a genuine love offer. So what are you gonna do with that information? How are you gonna move with that? And I feel like this is exactly what this masculine wants to speak about and see how you feel about that, right? So look at what we have here. Interesting, guys. A card that makes me feel like this is even more genuine or more authentic than I thought or felt in the beginning, which I feel is symbolic as the energy progresses, right, as we go each round. So here we have the Page of Wands coming out, and mind you, we already had the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands on the table. So Page, Knight, King, you know, that's beta, no, sorry, let's start over here, all right? That's Omega, Beta, Alpha, all right? Omega, Beta, Alpha, all right? In this instance, in this message. So this is also symbolic to this masculine's life, all right? They trimesters, the first 10 years of their life, the first 20 years of their life, and then with the King of Wands, the first 30 years of their life. It's like 10 years of their life with the Page of Wands, 20 years of their life with the Knight of Wands, 30 years of their life with the King of Wands. So that's the age, all right? That's symbolic. God is saying that needed to be addressed. You needed to know that, so that you know how deep this goes or how in depth. You know, if you want to proceed further with this energy of a masculine, if you're interested, they're around the earliest late 30s, all right? They're in their 30s. God is saying. So 30, all right, you guys. So here they are in the state of being where we have this trimester that has come full circle, 30 years of their life, where they now want to progress further into a new chapter, right? We have the King of Wands close to the Knight of Pentacles here, and the World. The Knight of Pentacles is the card of time, but it's reversed. So the King of Wands, right? It being close to the card of time, right? We've established the King of Wands is the alpha within the masculine, the truest form of divinity, the God self of, you know, who you are as a person. It's sort of like reaching that level in life, embarking on that chapter, trying to reach that state of being. I feel that this masculine, they thought that they had that. They thought that they were that until they encountered you. So you are a pivotal individual to them. All right? So take that how it resonates. Take that how it applies for your reality. Whoever you identify to be in your reality, you did something within this masculine. You know, back to the Ace of Cups being on top of the Hierophant energy, which in this message is symbolic to this masculine's identity. and the Ace of Cups is a card of love, right? So the Hierophant is the authoritative figure that they are in their life, and whoever you are in yours, right? You did something to this masculine's heart with this Ace of Cups energy. So however that goes, whatever that means, and however in depth it lies, that differs and varies for all. But the common denominator is you have a man here that wants to change their ways, right? But they don't know how to do it without the right woman by their side. They, back to the fact that this is a man that knows what they want for themselves. They already sort of, back to that analogy of the trimesters, right? They're in that trimester where they've in their mind already saw it coming, that of course there's gonna come a time when I want to settle down, when I want to do this, when I want to do that, right? They already established that, so they saw it coming. Hence, they so structured in what they want. They know it's also you that they want in this case, so that won't change. But what they want to know is the question, the big one: do you feel the same way? All right. So God is saying, expect this, expect a message, expect communication, expect this masculine to reach out to you with the Page of Wands and the World card here. Expect them to express, all right, and it's gonna come from a really genuine place, all right. Page of Wands is also symbolic to Aries energy. We are in Aries season. So the planetary bodies are aligned in a way that, you know, it's like Aries rules the truest form of things in the truest form. So that being emotions in this instance, right? So take that how it applies, beloved. But I'm being called to end off this message here by offering you my services, all right? I offer dream interpretations, love readings, spiritual path readings, as well as messages from God, all right? That'll be all. I'd like to also inform you that my one-on-one sessions, I no longer offer those because those are closed, but I will reopen those in 4 months though. I'm sending you nothing but love. See you next time, beloved. Thank you for your time once more. Bye.